Hey everybody, Robert from Black Belt Gaming. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm continuing my read through of Dragonslayer, the role-playing game. We've gone through the introduction, ability scores. We're now heading into the races, and we went through humans and cyclopsmen last time. Let's take a look at dwarves. Just as I did before, I'll be reading certain parts, skipping over, paraphrasing, and just sort of adding my own thoughts. So this is truly just a read through and how I'm taking it and thinking about it. Remember, Dragonslayer is a game based on the basic rules of Dungeons and Dragons, with some of the classes, races, magical items, monsters coming in from AD&D First Edition. Very similar to the way I learned the game and grew up playing. So, dwarves. To be a dwarf, you need to have an 8 strength and a constitution of 12. After you choose to be a dwarf, your constitution will increase by 1, but your charisma is going to drop by 1 point. Now, as an old school game here, we have some class and level limitations. You can be an assassin, but only up to level 5. You can be a cleric up to level 9. Now, I remember this from AD&D First Edition. Dwarves in AD&D First Edition couldn't play clerics. They were only NPCs. So there were cleric dwarves, but not as players. I wonder if that changed in Unearthed Arcana. I'd have to check. You can play a fighter up to level 9 or be a thief up to level 12. That's interesting to me there because I've always associated sort of the classic basic D&D dwarf as being more fighter than anything else. I wonder why that's not switched. I wonder why it's not fighter up to level 12 and then thief up to level 9. But as it is here by the book, fighter 9, thief 12. Dwarves are short, 4 to 5 feet tall, stocky demi-human race. They have beards, both the men and the women. They're strong, proud, and resilient. As a result, they make excellent warriors. Dwarves can be found in human cities and settlements, but they prefer their own communities in mountains and hillsides. They're excellent miners and craftsmen. They live about 400 years, and they hold grudges. They have the second lowest reproductive rate of all demi-humans. So how do you role play a dwarf here? Dwarves are xenophobic, so they have a fear of other races and other people. They're slow to trust those from the outside. Well, they're slow to trust those outside of their race, especially elves. They take great pride in their ancestral lineage and often carry the name of their sire or grandsire alongside their own. A dwarf might introduce himself as Durik Hammerhand, son of Dulnak, blood of Dulgar, the Blood Axe. That's a long name. Although slow to trust, they are loyal to possess a strong sense of community. They love feasting, drinking, and the hammer chants of their ancestors. They move slower than humans or cyclopsmen, so about half the speed. They can move 20 feet per round. Again, we talked about dark vision last time. Dwarves can have, believe they have better dark vision than the cyclopsmen did. Cyclopsmen can see 40 feet, but dwarves can see 60 feet in total darkness. They have a stone sense. They can feel the earth beneath their feet. They have a 1 to 2 chance on a d6 of detecting stonework traps, false walls, new construction, unstable stonework, toxic gas, stonework, secret doors, and sloped passages while underground. They must concentrate and be within 10 feet to use the stone sense. They have the ability to appraise gems, so they can take a piece in their hand and on a roll of a 1 or a 2 on a d6, they can estimate its value. If the roll fails, they're going to be off by either plus or minus 50% of the true value. So it doesn't seem to be a range of 1 to 50%. It seems to be an exact misevaluation of 50%, either plus or minus. So it doesn't say up to. I think it is 50%. Saving throw bonuses. They're sturdy and resilient, and they receive the following bonuses. Breath weapon +2, death saves +4, turning to stone +4, saves against wands +3, and saves against spells +4. Dwarves receive a +1 to hit versus orcs, goblins, hobgoblins, norkers, and bugbears. They have weapon restrictions. Dwarves are not able to use the halberd, the longbow, the bastard sword, or the two-handed sword. Armor class adjustment. When attacked by a larger than medium-sized creature, meaning 7 feet tall or taller, they receive +4 to their armor class. Thief skills. They get some adjustments here. I don't remember. Yeah, Cyclopsmen can't be thieves. I was going to say I didn't remember any bonuses there. Unlike AD&D First Edition, I didn't notice any adjustments to thieving abilities based on dexterity. So it seems to be by race in this game. Pickpockets, they get a +7% chance. Finding traps is +10, but probably due to their size and body build, they're getting a penalty on climb walls, -10%. Dwarves begin play knowing the Dwarven language, and if your intelligence is high enough, based on your modifier, you can add the following additional languages: Common, Gnome, Goblin, Halfling, or Orc. You can roll for your starting age, height, and weight. So there you have it. Remember, dwarves, what did they say? Dwarves live for about 400 years. So just taking a look here, a fighter is going to just begin their adventuring career at least 53 years old. So interesting to note there. Let's cover elves next. To qualify to be an elf, you need an intelligence of 8, a dexterity of 7, and a charisma of 8. Once you choose to be an elf, your dexterity score goes up by 1, but your constitution goes down by 1. You can play an assassin up to level 7, a cleric up to level 7, a fighter up to level 7. You can be a magic user up to level 12, and a thief to level 10. Elves are lithe. Let's see, got to adjust my glasses here. Sylvan demi-humans, and are with subtly pointed ears. Elves are extremely fair in complexion, eye, and hair color. I'm sitting here with the sun blazing in through the window right into my face. I should probably turn my chair around. They have sharp facial features. Elves are slightly shorter than humans, between 5 and 6 feet tall. Although elves may be found in human cities and settlements, they prefer their own secluded woodland communities away from civilization. Elves exist in harmony with the forest and live for 1,000 years. Due to their long lifespans, they are highly skilled warriors and craftsmen, and have the lowest reproductive rate of all demi-humans, so slow to reproduce. 1,000-year lifespan. Role-playing. Elven personalities reflect their exceptionally long lifespans. Years are mere moments to the elven race. As a result, they are taking a broad view of time, and they're not easily incited to hasty words or actions. To most races, elves seem distant, aloof, and staid. Unlike humans, they are more amused than enthusiastic and are more curious than passionate. I have these glasses that automatically tint in sunlight. I think here in Japan you couldn't get these for a long time, but you can get them now. And having a little trouble seeing the text. I really may need to adjust the chair here. Elves have a speed of 40 feet per round, so the same as humans. And here we go again. They have dark vision. So they're accustomed to life under the stars. I can see that. But being able to see 60 feet in total darkness, I don't really like that, man. I understand the dwarves, but why would elves be able to see 60 feet in total darkness? Total darkness, like completely underground in a cave. That's, again, where I would kind of like to make some adjustments here. Detect secret doors. When elves pass a secret door, they receive a passive 1 in 6 chance. So they don't even need to be looking. They're just walking by, and they might be able to automatically detect a secret door due to their keen eyesight. When actively searching, they're able to detect a secret door on a roll of 1 to 2 on a d6. So again, going back to humans, they had nothing listed at all for secret doors. So again, I wonder if they're going to have to detect that through specific questions and active searching through role play. If you wanted to have some sort of die rolling, maybe you want to at least give those that are actively searching a 1 in 6 chance. So elves here have a 1 in 2 on a d6 chance. Racial weapon. They get +1 to hit with longbows. They're too lithe to employ two-handed melee weapons. So they don't like those big, heavy weapons. They are immune to ghoul paralysis. That's wonderful. That can be a party killer. Charm and sleep immunity. It's not complete immunity. They're 90% immune to sleep and charm spells. They have some adjustments to their thief skills, so let's take a look at that. 5% bonus to pickpockets. Not so good with mechanical things here, so a -5 on the open locks. Move silently is boosted by 7%. Hide in shadows boosted 10%. And they can hear noise +1 on a d6. They begin play knowing the Elven and Common languages. Isn't that a relief? They know Common without needing a higher intelligence. If they do have a higher intelligence and want to add additional languages, they can select Ancient Common. That's interesting. I haven't seen that one listed yet. Ancient Common. Dwarf, Gnome, Halfling, Orc, Goblin, Gnoll as additional languages. Okay. Starting age, you're going to at least start over 100 years old. In some cases, over 180 years old. And you can roll for your height and weight. So those are the dwarves and the elves. I think I'll stop that here today, maybe adjust my chair here and get some better light for future readings. Thanks for listening, everybody, and I'll catch you for some more Dragonslayer later.